Hello, my name is Yaron Spiewak, and I'd like to start your morning with a happy song so you can put on a happy face. Gray skies are gonna clear up. I put on a happy face. Brush out the cloud and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take out the gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You'll look so good and you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick up the pleasant outlook and stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look and slap out a happy grin. And spread the sunshine all over that place. Just put on an happy face. Gray skies are gonna clear up and put on a happy face. Brush off that full of dark look and put on a happy face. If you're feeling cross and beckerish, don't sit and whine. Think of banana splits and licorice and you'll do fine. I met a girl or boy so gloomy he'd never sing or laugh. He wouldn't listen to me, and now he's a mean old thing. So spread the sunshine all over the place. Put on a happy, put on a happy, yeah, put on a happy face. Put on a happy face.
And put one on, and as you said earlier, kind of like put it on and it'll make the inside smile.
Mm-hmm.
So your background, besides your talent and your voice and your being, makes me smile.
Good. Like we said earlier, sometimes, especially during these days, you have to kind of force yourself to smile and then it becomes real, right?
Well, I think the lyrics I had never heard in that song before when it was slap on a happy face, right?
Yeah.
Slap on a happy face. So, hello and good morning to you. I know you're joining us from the land of Los Angeles, even though your background infers otherwise. Um, I'm assuming you're joining us from Los Angeles, so it's
Yes,
nice
I
to see
am.
you.
I am. For a while, until mid-May, then I'll be to the land of Provincetown.
Yeah, I saw some slides of Provincetown this week of it's getting ready for summer, so it's exciting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exciting. Well, good. I'm glad you're here.
All right, I'll see
See
you
you
in
in
a
a
little
bit.
bit.
Good. Well, happy Sunday, everyone. I'm Reverend Dr. Keith Cox, and I welcome you into our virtual service. If you're joining us by Zoom and or YouTube, either live or at a later date. Live, it is the 29th of March in the year 2026, and we come together for our Sunday morning celebration service. And we are here to celebrate you, having you celebrate yourself, and then celebrating all of us. And we come together to remember who we are as divine beings navigating our humanity to the best of our ability through the teachings and philosophy and faith and way of life known as the science of mind primarily. At its very core, what it reminds us to do is to remember who we are, and we have the ability to do that because of our mental acuity, our mental awareness. And just as Yaron was singing and saying, when we choose to know who we are or choose to decide to put on a happy face, it's for the intent and purposes of the law of life responding and providing us with a shift in consciousness, ultimately a shift in experience. That is what we come together each and every Sunday morning for, with the remembrance and the reminder of the power that we have, that we're imbued with, and to choose our mind in a way to indeed change our thinking and change our life. And so I honor you for making the decision to share in your spiritual awakening today and to shine that light upon yourself, ultimately shining it upon all of us. And so I'm happy for us to be together. As I just stated on our YouTube presence, I'm happy to feel your presence, and the same on Zoom. And so without further ado, let's open with our morning slideshow. And so we are the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles, and our vision statement is supporting individuals finding their personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening. This week, that affirmation, that invitation, that vision statement has had great meaning for me. I love all the underlying parts of that slide that just came to life. And I invite us all to open up to the spiritual awakening piece and the personal self-empowerment individually. And just as we wrap up the month of March of planting new seeds of life, that we begin to feel the harvesting of the seeds we've planted prior to this very moment, and we begin to blossom and bloom just like we see on the screen right now, and also allow ourselves to be the bee, which is to take the nectar from the manifestations of life, from our journey of spiritual awakenings, and then spread that out into the world, ultimately doing just what the song says, put on a happy face for the purpose of shining and gathering and growing. And this slide was not ready to come up yet, so we're going to move beyond that to, well, I guess we're going to move to this. So we're going to begin with our opening ritual. It's going to be, just so you know, I've had that kind of week, and it's going to be that kind of day, and I'm okay with that, as I know all of you are. And so we begin with the ritual of calling in the light. We're all familiar with it, or trust that we're all familiar with it, and just tune in to the awareness of inviting in a spiritual awakening. We're going to go with that right now. Calling in the light. I invite you to look at the flickering flame of the orb on the screen. And let's just take in these words. Today we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. The purpose of this ritual is to draw into our gathering this morning a conscious awareness of our oneness and the qualities that we possess as complete expressions of the divine. I'm going to repeat that statement. I like to hear it again, and I'd like for you to take it in, drink it in, if you will. The purpose of this ritual is to draw into our gathering a conscious awareness of our oneness and the qualities that we possess as complete expressions of the divine. And so as we feel the vibrations shift during this experience, may we each become ever more aware of the light of life that exists in and as all expressions of life, which includes you and it includes me. I pulled up these slides from a year or two ago when the Ukraine war was at the height of our field of awareness, and I think we all can agree it's most apropos in this moment. One of the qualities, that's the qualities of life, is peace. Dr. Holmes defines it as that state of inner calm. My acronym for peace is Purposeful Energy Activates Conscious Evolution. That can be as broad as affirming peace on earth, as well as making the decision to put on a happy face, not out of denial, but out of the intent to fine-tune our way of being and our way of thinking. That is exactly what this ritual is that we do each Sunday morning. And so remembering that we are indeed one family of sentient beings on this beloved blue sphere floating in the celestial environment called Mother Earth that we all share together. Let's hear this prayer for protection that was written by James Freeman for all soldiers during World War II. It's just as powerful today. And it's in the affirmative, and I invite you to let it wash over you and align within something within you, your field of awareness. And then let's know that for all individuals who may be fearing their safety right now, or may have been put on a ship or a plane and sent into regions to do the work. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me, and the presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me, and the life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me, and the power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me, and the strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me, and wherever I am, God is. God, in our philosophy, faith, and way of life, is an impersonal, all-creative, infinite energy field, the source of all life. The prayer, I'm going to call it the prayer of protection. Let's just feel that and let it be as we say together, and so it is. And Euron's going to come on and take us through the song Calling in the Light. And there's a call and response part, and I invite you to sing along as instructed and continue to look at the screen of the dove going from war to peace.
Calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love, calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love. I am love, I am peace in my heart, I am free, I am spirit, I am soul, all together we are whole, and calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love, calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love, calling in the light of love. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is.
And so it is.
Yes.
Yeah. I loved that. I created that slide, and I've seen it many, many times, but for some reason it's the first time I really tuned into that the dove was taking the A out of the word war and putting it into the word peace, or I'd forgotten it. So it has greater significance to me right now. So as I'm sure it does to you as well.
Yes. And Also, I was looking at the beach and the serenity of the water.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it's also every time, like you said, we don't notice little things about the song depending on how we feel and the state of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so often um, we teach the element of the micro. How can we change our thinking, change our life in the moment, while also be having the broadest element of that of helping to shift consciousness in the world and observing and knowing and having compassion for what's going on. Certainly across the globe. I know for you that's very close to your heart, being Israeli and having family and your mom there, for
Hmm.
sure, right? And and for me yesterday, I was with a very dear friend who took a immediate illness turn, and I spent the day with her in Cedars all day yesterday, with just great heartache for what she was experiencing. And today things are much better, but it just reminds. I'll speak for myself, but I'm assuming I can speak for all. When one is confronted with the fragility of life, right? How that offers you then a different perspective as well. So, yeah,
Yeah, for sure. And also as a musician, I always like we sing a lot of the same songs a lot of times. So every time I find myself anchoring myself in another word in the song and like rediscovering it, that's also a nice thing.
exactly. And I know yesterday it really warmed my heart to receive your text that you wrote a new song for us for today. And I was not in a position to engage in conversation around that in that moment.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm so excited for you to share that with us and really appreciate you tuning into your creativity for to share that. So tell us about
Thank
it.
you. Yeah, so I know the topic is growth and plants and blooming. And other than the rose that we did 2 weeks ago, I couldn't find any other song, so I decided to write one.
Yeah, well, I
It's
can't
the
wait to hear it.
debut. It's called "The Seed Will Grow." Plant a little hope in the waiting ground. Plant when the lost in may be found. Plant a little faith where the heart feels low. Plan and trust what you don't know. Plan through the winter cold and long. Plan through the silence, still be strong. Plant every prayer like the falling rain. Plant through the healing, through the pain. And the seed will grow, the seed will grow. Every deep below, the roots don't show. What is held in love, what is sown in grace, will rise in time and find their place. The seed will grow. The seed will grow. Plant in the silent breaking through. Plant in the hope that's calling you. Plant where the new the start arrive. Plant in the heart that's open wide. And the seed will grow. The seed will grow. Every deep below, where the roots don't show. What is held in love, what is sown in grace, will rise in time and find a place. And the seed will grow, the seed will grow. what their roots don't show. What is in love, what is sown in grace, will rise in time and find a place. The seed will grow. The seed will grow. Yes, the seed will grow. The seed will grow. The seed will grow.
So beautiful and touching
Thank you.
and real relative to what we're talking about for sure. You know, the thing that I was thinking of as you were saying that is to remember that inherent within the seed is the intelligence to grow. That's why it will grow. That's the same power that's within us. So, and as I was sharing with a client this week was the thing that one has to remember in regards to planting seeds is you got to plant them, fertilize them, nurture them, and then leave them the hell alone and let them do what they know to do. So
Thank you. Thank you for letting me do this. Just a little bit nervous the
no, I
debuting
know.
the
No, it
song.
was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Deeply appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon. See you in a bit. Well, it's a perfect segue to our message for today because the seed will grow is certainly reflective of our theme for the month, planting the seeds of new life. And that is all a reflection of the fact that it's spring and spring has sprung. So since it's spring, I'm going to share with us today, as we'll get into the meat of the message in just a moment through our slideshows, the breakdown of the word spring cleaning by Dr. David Alt that I share every year for the last 3 or 4 years, and it's also going to be printed in our newsletter that goes out tomorrow, e-newsletter. And the purpose of this is to remind us all to begin to think anew in the context of both life in general and also in regards to planting seeds. It's about starting in mind. And so let's begin that. And so, yes, continue to share. And so we wrap up this month, the theme for March, the seed of new life. Kindness is like a seed planted in others and watch it grow. And as I've said throughout the month, to also remember to plant it in ourselves and to watch it grow, just as the song was just speaking of. And to remember that for it to get to that place where we're seeing it on the screen, having emerged from the fertile soil, that it must be planted and tended to while also let alone to do what is there for it to do it. Spring is here. I don't know about you guys, but I walk a lot and I've been seeing lots of hummingbirds and lots of butterflies. And I have a dear friend who lives elsewhere, and we have a thing about butterflies with a belief that when we see them, it's her mother who has passed on showing up. I've shared that with you all before, and I've been videoing them as I see them and sending them along to her. It's spring for sure. It's the astronomical spring that started on the 20th, which shows that we have equal amounts of daylight and darkness, while at the same time, although it may appear it's equal, that is all changing day by day, the nature of life. And so where in your life can you and I begin to look at this time, this season of change, this season of newness, this season of renewal, and begin to let go of that which is no longer serving us and making decisions to agree to that which we desire to have experience in our life that does indeed serve us. It happens every March, and it's all about planting seeds, which ultimately provides the opportunity to harvest good. This beautiful little animated slide, It's a New Day, a New Beginning, has been an animated theme for us for the month. I started it the first Sunday that we did a slideshow here. I used it a couple of about 5 weeks ago in Granada Hills, and again last week in Granada Hills. And the purpose of it, its reminder, is to remember that we're always on the precipice of a new beginning in mind. And I just noticed in all the times that I've use this slide, the ears of the little sentient being creature that flops up and down, kind of tuning in to the newness that's happening. And it, of course, takes me back to last Monday with Star and Olivia shooting new content for social media. We had Sweeney there, and there was a moment she was laying on the ground. She wanted to be a part of it, and her ear would come up and like tune in exactly as this was doing on the screen, which just reminds me to remind all of us to open our mind as to what's going on in our life and what choices can we make that are good, relative to good being a synonym for God, meaning to tune into our innate nature to the best of our ability, which then provides the opportunity for it's a new day, it's a new beginning. This slide is reminding us that there is darkness and there is light, and then there is darkness and there is light. It's all the journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening, the journey of us moving around the sun, the journey of us moving on our axis while we're having the day by day, the 24 hours. Time is certainly something that has great impact to all of us, but let's remember that we have the ability to impact it more so than it just impacting us. Speaking of time, it's time for a spring awakening. Well, what is a spring awakening? Spring, as a season, represents a new day. It's dawn in the wheel of the year. A new sun is rising, literally and metaphorically. Life is waking up in the warm sunlight, and your spirit feels ready to make a fresh start. That is really what we're being beckoned to do, to make a fresh start, and then to make a fresh start, and then to make a fresh start. This time of year in the season, certainly in the Northern Hemisphere, gives us the opportunity to bring our spirit back and bright and to come alive with new ideas, just as your own did with the new song. It's an opportunity and a time to feel inspired and excited to try new things. And I just want to remind us all, even though we are repeating, if you will, the spring cleaning ideology that I'm going to share with you in a moment, it is new because we're in a moment in time in our evolution of consciousness that, yes, Tom, we know it's autumn in the Southern Hemisphere. That's why I said in the Northern Hemisphere, it's spring. Spring awakening is indeed a spiritual awakening. And so a spiritual awakening, what indeed is that? Dr. Ernest Holmes tells us that that which is spiritual in the science of mind, a philosophy, faith, and way of life, says this: the spiritual is the atmosphere of God. I love this definition, and I invite you to hear it and to tune into it anew. What is spiritual? Because every Sunday, many, many times, and during the week, I talk about us being on a journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening. Holmes is telling us here it's about tuning into the atmosphere of the divine. It's the frequency of the energy of that infinite, creative, impersonal source of all. It is that which, of course, I'm going to give you the qualities of peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and love and wisdom. It's of the feeling of possibility, if you will. Over the last month, I've played with this slide a lot to tune into the journey of awakening, and we've all consciously agreed to plant the seeds of awareness of that which we are imbued with, which is peace and is power and is beauty and is joy and is light and is life and is love and, of course, is wisdom. If you were a part of our service last Sunday at the Center for Spiritual Living, Granada Hills, I addressed these qualities, and we all had a chuckle looking at Woodstock and Snoopy and addressed these qualities and planting the seed of awareness. But I invite you to begin to tune into the journey, I will for myself, of just the week alone since we shared in this slide last week, and what has unfolded in ways that has felt empowering and enlightening, and that which has felt destructive and disheartening and sad and heartbreaking. All of those are elements of the experience of life itself. And inasmuch as we are experiencing life within two realms at all times, the human realm and the divine realm, the experience realm and the thought realm of engaging in causative thinking, they each hold power to the degree that we allow them to have power. And it's through the allowance of the power of making the decision of constantly, I say constantly and consistently, planting new seeds of awareness that we can indeed then create life anew, both in that micro, moment by moment by moment, to the broad aspect of the evolutionary consciousness as well. It is time. Spring is known for spring cleaning, just as we see on the screen, to sweep away the old and to open up and tune in to providing space for that which is anew. Certainly back in the olden days of spring cleaning, you wouldn't find a bearded gentleman on a little robotic travel machine with a cordless vacuum in front of them while his little pussycat was riding on you know what that thing is. It's a robo vacuum, I believe. So, new. We are in evolutionary times if we're willing to tune into that. And so today is the day to remind us to make the decision to have a big spring clean. Spring cleaning, as broken down by the great Reverend Dr. David Alt, is addressed in this way. The sun you do not see will suddenly shine on you as you begin taking daily actions. And so today I invite us all to take a deep breath in and exhale, and let the exhalation be an example of the sweeping away of that which was and opening up to that which can be. And to tune into this Chinese proverb of inspiration does not beget action, but action begets inspiration. And so today, as we hear each of these affirmations, instructions, invitations that's broken down by each letter of the statement spring cleaning, let's let it all be a reminder to us of the fact that we are indeed at choice, which is the engine of evolution, and to take a moment to also check in with ourselves of the journey of since we've heard or read this over the last year, and to believe that it has power in propelling us to take action to invite in inspiration. S stands for sweep. I think of that Snoopy sweeping in the previous slide. We're invited to sweep up and throw away your excuses as to why you can't or won't do something. Stop being the one who merely comments on what is wrong and start being the one who offers solutions. And inasmuch as that may not even be you or me, let's just invite in for ourselves a broader, purposeful awareness to be one who tunes in to the state of mind that is solution-oriented, but solution meaning that which is propagating good choices. And that can only happen when we clear the way. That's what this is talking about, and we'll hear that as a theme throughout this morning, to clear away the old and to open up the purpose of the new. P, for spring cleaning, stands for polish. I immediately thought of nail polish, right? Not exactly what it's speaking of, but it could be. And it says, polish your heart with the glittering polish that's on my nails at the moment, my toenails. Polish your heart with all its unwavering and steadfast passion, and allow it to lead you to unlimited ways of creatively expressing who you are and what you love. I hear Dr. Walker tell me, our founding minister, to break out the salient points of what we're reading. And what this is polish, heart, that place where our love resides. Passion, passing ion. And as we polish it, in other words, clean it and buff it and tend to it so that its brilliance can shine, right? That then allows us to express creatively, whatever that may mean to us. We just experienced that with Yaron, allowing that to happen in his world by through music and artistry and composition, of expressing who you are as a human, as a divine, and what you love. Like, what awakens your heart in your world? Is it planting seeds in a garden, as we know it does for Reverend Lenore in the Pacific Northwest right now? Or is it dancing as it does for Sandy, or writing as it does for Wendy, or cooking as it does for me? It's all part of the process of tuning into that which awakens joy within us. SPR of the word spring takes us to the letter R. Rinse. Rinse away all the self-doubt that has long coated your motivation, and become willing to reacquaint yourself with a shiny, untarnished, and larger sense of self. What I believing this to mean in this moment is, not only do we need to polish and bring forth that glistening glow of the beauty that is our heart, but to know that also in that journey it requires us to wash away anything, the residue of the past, that we're ready to release, so that we can open up the innate nature of our heart, where love resides, the self-givingness of spirit, whose desire is to create more of itself. And the only way it can do that is through itself, out of itself. That's that larger sense of self. It's just like the seed that Yaron was speaking of, as I said, that within the seed is the intelligence to express itself. That's true for you and for me. Inherent within us is the wisdom that aligns itself with the vibratory essence of the statement, I am that I am that I am. And it's through the intentional act of rinsing away anything that's contrary to that, that provides the opportunity for that to make itself known. I affirm for each of us it is doing that today. I. Increase. Increase your circle of influence with those who see the glass half full, brimming with possibility, and who champion you to do the same. And what I believe that's really talking about is just to be purposeful in who you hang out with. Be purposeful with sharing your light and your energy with those that are of like mind, not out of arrogance, but on some levels out of self-protection, and also out of understanding the way that life itself works, and that we're all energy, and energy begets energy. And that is the purpose of this sharing of the spring cleaning today, is to remind us of the opportunities that we each have to fine-tune, to plant the seed, to rinse and polish and reveal the fruit of our labor, if you will, in this context, meaning the tending to our spiritual awakening, our spiritual awareness of living in the environment, the atmosphere of the divine. N, neaten. Sometimes easy, right? To neaten it up. Neaten your environment and create a sanctuary that is pleasing to the eye. In other words, that observes the beauty that is inherently within your field of experience, in your atmosphere of the divine. You'll feel the difference both physically and emotionally. It's interesting, just recently my housekeeper, I have a relatively new one in the context of not 22 years like the prior one, and she takes it upon herself to organize my drawers and my cabinets. And there's a part of me that really gets annoyed with that, because I feel like she's invading my private space, until I separate myself from the attachment to it and disappear and get out of the house so she can do her thing and trust the process. And then the outcome of it is always just so fantastic, because it's orderly and it's clean and it's organized, as well as I can feel the energy that she put into doing that. And that's what this is speaking of in the letter of N, to neaten your environment and create a sanctuary that's pleasing to the eye, both the human eye that sees it, but also to the eye behind the eye, living as the Buddha does. It's that which takes us on the journey to enlightenment. Another term for enlightenment is awakening. What is an awakening? It's the tuning into the atmosphere of God. How wonderful. It leads us to the G. Excuse my voice, just a moment. G. in spring. Groom. Not groom as in bride or groom and groom, as your own said. There's a song, or it could be a boy. But groom in the context of taking action. Groom your mind just as you would groom your physical self. Every day, look into the mirror of your being and adjust your thoughts. Brush away the negativity and begin to consciously apply the law of attraction for your good. Salient thoughts. Groom the tending to, the revealing of beauty, if you will, of releasing the messiness, if you will, the lack of order, revealing the order, looking into the mirror so that we can go deeper into our soul. The eyes are the window to the soul, the mirror of our being. Take a deep breath, exhale, adjust your thoughts, change your thinking, change your life. Brush away, rinse off the negativity, anything that is a naysaying state of mind, a naysaying ideology, anything that's contradictory to your innate nature of peace, power, beauty, joy, light, life, love, and wisdom. And then purposefully and consciously apply the law of attraction. In other words, know that it's always working, the law of attraction, and you make the decision as to what you desire to attract into your life as a result of what you're choosing to be in your life and know to be true. The grooming of your mind. That was spring. We're now moving into the word clean. C stands for clear. Clear out the clutter. Get rid of it all. Take out what you haven't used, and this is speaking physically, what you haven't used or worn in the last year, and donate it to a charity. By clearing out the old, the new can finally come in. Salient point is, how do we get the new in? By clearing out the old. I've listened recently, and while researching the spring cleaning component, some articles about the purpose of original spring cleaning. And in an olden year, there was certainly mythological as to the physicality of opening up the doorways and the windows and getting rid of all the funk that had taken place during the hibernation of the winter, if you will, but with the belief that it was literally about drawing in new energies, new angels, new fill in the blanks. But if we look at that from the perspective, two layers, of we understand that intellectually, but we also know that in consciousness there is that ideology of letting go of the old and bringing in that which is going to propagate good, then we can use it. My mind goes back to the dude on the little transportation vehicle with the vacuum in hand and the kitty riding the robo, right? Like the Roomba is what it's called. We can embrace the new while also tuning in to that which served humanity as the old. And to lighten up. To lighten up. To lighten up and start taking yourself and your situation so seriously. Not always easy to do in the modern world of the day. If joy is our birthright, then allow that quality of being to help lead you down the path of rediscovering and sustaining happiness. And I would insert there, even if it's not happiness in the moment, it's a moment of joy. Where can we begin to tune in to joy? The acronym for joy, just open yourself. E, empty. Empty out what? Empty out your bag of regrets and know that this now moment is the beginning of creating whatever life you desire. What you choose to focus on today colors and creates your tomorrows. And let's let that sink in for a moment. What you choose to focus on today, and that today means right now. Remember, it's a new day, which with each chosen thought. Colors and creates your tomorrows, meaning that which follows the today. Arrange, the A in cleaning. Arrange your time so that you have equal parts work and play. Understand that one isn't more important than the other. Both play vital and necessary roles. Both play vital and necessary roles in developing an optimum lifestyle. And I would offer us to look at that not just as work and play, but as in reflection and conscious creation, as in meditation and action, as well as in participating in media and social media and retraction from that. Ask yourself right now, what have you not been doing that you could choose to do that would awaken yourself to your spiritual magnificence in a new way? Is it reading? Is it writing? Is it cooking? Is it planting? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Is it sleeping? Whatever it is, make the commitment to begin right now. N, number your goals and keep them in sight, referring to them often. And I believe right now that could just simply be 5 intentional acts that you'd like to navigate over the next week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks to help keep you in alignment with your awareness of the atmosphere of God. When one is accomplished, replace it with a number, always raising the stakes to see just how much good you can embody. That speaks for itself. I, inhabit your mind. It's not what it says, though. Inhabit your days with acts of unconditional love. Make it your intention to cherish and champion the good of others without expecting anything in return. I shared earlier, I spent the day yesterday with one of my dearest friends who unexpectedly ended up, and what the moment felt like a very life-critical day at Cedars, and it was right for me to be there, I'll put it that way. And I did. And it was certainly, I'm not saying this egotistically, I'm saying this just out of fact. It was definitely an act of unconditional love. And it exhausted me, to be quite frank with you. But I kept processing those moments, and she's so much better today. But what I kept processing in those moments was not out of ego, but just out of a spiritual understanding of one of the commandments, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I kept thinking, boy, this could be me. I could be that person in that bed, right? Like, and what would I want to be happening around me if that were the case? And I share that with all of us because I know we all have that within us. And but what I believe was critical in that moment, and I believe is critical for all of us on this journey, is to do what Dr. Walker used to talk about, which is being prayed up. And that's not out of an ego perspective of have you done enough spiritual mind treatments? Have you tended to all the letters in spring cleaning? It's about how are you tending to the garden of your consciousness? What do you know to be true? How do you want to show up when it's time to show up in a field of awareness, right? Are you gonna let your essence guide you, or your ego, right? Not judging one or the other, just about building that foundation. That's really what it's about. And so that's really what I believe this is all talking about, is inhabiting those days means fostering that state of awareness of being prayed up so that you have what Marianne Williamson calls the reservoir of consciousness, which takes us to N. Nail. We're back to the polish. No, just kidding. Nail up and complete any wobbly communication and unfinished business, an ongoing journey, right? And if it simply isn't possible to take immediate care of it, then create a plan to do so with acts of unconditional love. The last point that I'll make salient means don't judge yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't celebrate yourself. Just make the decision to take the action. G. Gather. Gather up your friends and family. Gather up your friends and family. Gather up your friends and family. In other words, let the people know who's in your life, how much you love and appreciate them. Just as I experienced yesterday in your own, and Travis and I were talking about earlier, how when we least expect it, the fragility of life shows up at your front door. Life. Cherish it and let people know that you love them. And I love all of you and appreciate you being here. That is the spring cleaning, dun, 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 which provides us with a fresh start. A fresh start of letting go of what was and being open to what is to be. A recommitment that I invite in and affirm for all of us as to the fine-tuning of our field of awareness and the willingness to ask for help when we need it from others, and to support each other and to take care of each other and to know that it's from today, right now, this state of mind, this state of awareness, this state of intention that we grow. That's where we grow from here into the next, the seed of life. The seed knows to grow, as the song told us. And so each Sunday over this last month, we've declared that today is the day. I invite you to use that affirmative statement to the best of your ability as frequently as possible for the perspective as I use it to remind us, no matter what season we're in and no matter what hemisphere we're in, that we're always at choice to declare and plant a stake to the desire of our state of mind and to nourish ourselves. I was reading this week a bit about Louise Hay and had a journey of, I'll just let it go. I was reading about it. And I love this quote of hers, and I invite all of us to let it be a mantra for us for this week. Nourishing myself is a joyful experience, and I'm worth the time spent on my healing. Yes, you are worthy of it. Healing in this context, as Holmes tells us, is the revealing of our wholeness. It's tuning into that atmosphere of God. It's feeling it, it's knowing it, it's aligning with it, and it's being present as it shows up and makes itself known to us in new ways. It makes itself known to us in ways when we feel like there ain't no way this is a God moment. But the truth is, they all are. Let's cherish them, celebrate them, and consciously participate them through the acts of healing and revealing and wholeness and loving each other and one another. Thank you, guys. And so it is. Yaron's going to come back and sing us another song.
Hello. So we talked about the seeds, and I want to do a song about the seeds now blowing in the wind. Beautiful Bob Dylan song. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? And how many times must a cannonball fly before they forever bend? Sing with me if you know the words. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. And how many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? And how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? And how many times can a man turn his head, pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer, like the seed, is blowing in the wind. And how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? And how many years must a man have before he can hear people cry? And how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friends, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
So fabulous. Thank you.
Thank
And the
you.
power, I don't know if you were aware of the power of, as you're singing that song, not only does it, we all have a connection, or many of us, I'm sure, to that song itself, but the wind blowing in the background of your backdrop. So
Yeah, I noticed
it's
that.
a reinforcement, much like the slides I have or so.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Yaron.
Thank you.
I
Wow,
really
that's such a
appreciate you.
benefit.
Yeah. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And
Thank you.
yes. So thank you all for being here today. I want to thank Travis Smith for learning all kinds of new tools that he's supporting us with connecting us to YouTube and dealing with getting our websites, our emails connected to that. And so thank you, Travis, for all that you do. Also, a big thank you to our new social media peeps, who is Olivia and Star, and they're doing just an amazing job, and thank you for that. And just a reminder to all of you to tune into our social media sites of Facebook and Instagram, and reach out to Star and Olivia on our website as well if they have any questions. But let's get it engaged to the best of our ability. As I stated last week, we were in the building and we shot some new content to keep promoting our social media, and we are going to invite you all to be participants in that. This next Sunday we're together, which is I think the 10th of April. It's the 10th or the 12th. You can look on your calendar and see. But it's 2 Sundays from today. And we're going to, after the service, they're going to be there with their devices to record all of us and ask some questions. And we're going to have some snacks and stuff. So make a plan to be there and make a plan to bring friends. And let's just really work on that and hype it up. A reminder that a week from Wednesday, I think it's April the 8th, I began our new 2-part class series called To Tune In, Tap In, Turn On, or Not. It's a wonderful curriculum that will carry us forward from the last class that we did, Living in Crazy Times, about giving us some tools on navigating the world today and reinforcing our power in different perspectives. So I invite you all to sign up for that. Even if you can't take it in person, if you pay for it and register for it, you can get access to the recordings of it and have access to not only all the curriculum, but to the recording of the class as well. And you'll be able to download that for your own, to keep it as your own viewing pleasure. So please sign up for that. Reminder that our e-newsletter goes out tomorrow morning. It will have the breakdown of the spring cleaning that I shared today for you to all have as a reference throughout the week. Please tune into that and to use it to your own personal self-empowerment. We have a new thought for the day that goes out a text each morning at 7:30. I trust you're signing up for that. Also, our social media gurus are promoting those in new ways that are very consistent theme-wise. It's wonderful. So pay attention to that, please. And our midweek morning meditation on Wednesdays are great. Please stand up for that. Take a part in that. And I'd like to invite you to support us financially. You can go to our website, csl-la.org, click on donate in the app or the app in the App Store, and that allows us to continue to thrive in the way that we do, to be a tithing community and to bring forth all that we are bringing forth here to grow and flow and know together. We kick off a new theme next month. I love playing with these themes, and it is this, if I remember it correctly. Showers, flowers, yes, that's it. So watch out for it. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to give us a spiritual mind treatment to close, and then we're going to sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. And then if you're on Zoom, please stay on and let's all have a brief hello to each other. It'd be great to see your faces and hear your voices. Let's know together that all that we have shared today has indeed been a revelation and an awakening to our spiritual magnificence. That's with purpose, and it's with a tuning into and a praying up into the frequency of the atmosphere of the divine. It's not out of ego. It's an understanding of the way life works and its essence. And so I affirm for each one of us that a shift has occurred, one that is a reflection of seeds that's been planted in our consciousness prior to now. And we tune into that shift and what may have been a ceiling that we had bumped up against to in a sense of a state of mind or a consciousness or awakening is now the floor from where we go and grow. It's a new foundation in mind, a new atmospheric awareness that is reflective of our innate nature, which includes the qualities of peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and love and wisdom. Spring cleaning is occurring and has occurred. We open our mind as we open the windows and the doors. And we lean on and rely upon the foundation of consciousness that's there for us and all that has contributed to that from its evolutionary perspective, and tune into the now, as evidenced by the slide of the dude on the little moving machine with the vacuum and the robo vacuum behind it. We're part of the past and the future because we're tuned into who and what we are, which is the now. All is well. We shine our light on our journey, letting it be, and so it is. Yaron, take us out on the peace song, please.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With each step I take, let this be my soul and vow to take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you all. Have a great day.